Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name is Ginger Pierce, and I'm one of the agents with Marvelous Mouse Travels. We are the agency that runs this Facebook group, along with several others that are focused on different destinations. And we are also an earmarked platinum authorized Disney vacation planner. And what that means is that we are trained directly by Disney and we are recognized by them as being experts in their vacation products. Welcome to Sundays with MMT. This is a weekly live agent panel video series that we do in one of our Facebook groups every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're really excited to be in this group tonight to share with you what we each think are the top 3 reasons why this is the best time to sail with Disney Cruise Line. So we have a lot of information that we're going to share with you tonight, but we do want to save some time at the end to take any questions that you might have. So feel free at any point during the session, if you have a question, to go ahead and drop that in the comments, and we will get to all of those at the end. Also, we are using a platform called StreamYard to go live this evening, and StreamYard might ask you to approve it to display your username and profile picture. Just know that you don't have to approve that permission. You can decline that and still post anonymously, and we'll be able to interact with you. So I'm joined tonight by 2 of our marvelous agents. Ladies, thank you so much for being here tonight. And if you would take just a second to tell everybody your name, how long you've been with the agency, and the best way for them to get in touch with you if they're interested in planning a vacation.
Hi, everybody. I'm Karen Fitting, and I live in Northern California. I have been an agent for 4 years with Marvelous Mouse Travels, and you can reach me on Facebook as Karen Marvelous Mouse Travels, or on Instagram, Karen MMT, like you're seeing on the screen through my link tree.
Hello, everyone. My name is Charlene Resio. I have been with Marvelous Mouse Travel since June of this year, and I'm loving it so far. Loving everyone I've been meeting and the trips I've been helping to plan. You can reach me via my Facebook page, which is Charlene Marvelous Mouse Travels, or at the email address that you see below, charlene@marvelousmousetravels.com.
And again, my name is Ginger, and I have been with the agency just over 3.5 years. And the best way to get in touch with me is to visit my blog, which you can find at gingermmt.com, or you can also email me at ginger@marvelousmousetravels.com. So, ladies, after over a year of closures, I know that those of us in the travel industry are really excited to see Disney Cruise Line sailing again. I know that I have clients who have been waiting to take their cruise since early 2020. They were originally supposed to go in December of 2020, and obviously that didn't happen. So, they are so excited to get to sail at the end of the year. And so many people are excited to get to take advantage of the opportunity to be on a cruise ship again. But I know that there are probably still a lot of people who are kind of a little bit hesitant, especially right here so shortly after the cruise lines have started sailing again. And so let's share with everyone what we each think are the top 3 reasons why this is the best time to sail with Disney Cruise Line.
Excellent. Hi, everybody. Hi again. I was on the Disney Dream last month, and it was amazing. The number one, well, I'll start actually backwards. The number 3 reason that now is a really great time is for your extended final payment deadlines. Normally, Disney Cruise Line final payments are due 75 days before sailing, and right now they are accepting those final payments 60 days before sailing. So you have a little bit of extra time to make that final payment. And they have some other policies that they have made a little more flexible. So I think it's a great time for that. The second reason is really the character interactions. They were amazing. We'd come off the elevator and they were right there, of course, distanced. They have the banisters to distance. But, the princesses, for example, there were 3 or 4 princesses out at a time, and they were, kneeling down or sitting on the ground talking with the little kids. And it was just fantastic. And we even got to, spend some time as an adult who travels without kids. I enjoyed the character interactions, even the non-speaking ones. Daisy did a cute little sassy dance right for us while we were able to video her. I mean, it was just really Disney, really fun and spirited. And then really for me, number one was how safe I felt. with all of the safety protocols they have in place, I was really amazed at how easy it was when I got to the port to take a COVID test. They actually test everybody before entering the port. Big tents set outside in one of the parking lots. They move you through very quickly and efficiently and safe. And then you get into the port building, and of course, masks are required.
Mhm.
And it was just so smooth and so easy, and really set my mind at ease, knowing that I got on that ship and every single person, human being on that ship, was also tested negative.
Mhm.
So I really felt that was amazing. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I have heard from so many people. Sorry, Charlene, I cut you off there. But
Oh, you're
that's one of
good.
the things that I have heard over and over from people who have been on the ships recently is that the character interactions are maybe even a little bit better than they were prior to the closures. And I think that that's something, that maybe people are a little bit hesitant about in regards to whether or not they want to sail right now, is they might feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm missing something. Like maybe there's part of that Disney cruise experience that I'm not getting, because my kid can't, hug the characters or something. But I've heard so many people talk about just how the characters are taking more time with people and being even more interactive maybe than they were before. So if that's something that maybe you were concerned about, I don't think that character interactions are something that should hold you back from going. Okay, Charlene, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Please share with us your top 3.
All right, here are my top 3. Number 3 is it's perfect weather for cruising. We're going into the season where obviously it's beautiful no matter what time of the year you go cruising, but the Caribbean especially, this is the perfect time to go. The winter and the spring months are generally less precipitation, which means less humidity, which means more comfortable cruising weather. So I think this is a fantastic time to go. Like you said, Ginger, you had some clients that were going to go in December of this last year. And, if they're wanting to go now, I mean, they're going right into the perfect cruising weather for especially the Caribbean. My second reason is Castaway Key. I mean, if you are at all concerned about safety or even you just don't like crowds, I feel like the fact that Disney has its own private island, I mean, that's just so very Disney of them, isn't it? They do everything right. From unlimited ice cream when you're on Castaway Key, the fact that they have all sorts of, private trams, so it's super accessible for anybody that's worried about accessibility. They've got food if you are, hungry while you're on the island. You don't have to worry about going back onto the ship to go get your food. It's just another one of the great things that Disney does right. They've got their own private island and you feel like you have the island to yourself. So you don't have to worry about, meeting strangers. Yuck, so that's my number 2 reason. And then number 1 is the all-inclusive nature of a cruise. I myself am a single mom. And for me, I'm always pretty budget conscious, about going on vacations. I want to know how much things are going to cost. Just like Katie said, I really like the fact that you can budget things out. You can put your deposits in, you can make payments as you like. You don't have to pay everything up front. But then once you do, it's all paid for. It's an all-inclusive trip. So you've got your food included. I know that when I go on vacation, sometimes my 11-year-old son eats more than his stomach. His eyes are bigger than his stomach and he orders everything. And, he's a growing boy and that's fine, but sometimes that could be hard on the wallet. But the fact that this is an all-inclusive trip, you don't have to worry about shelling out cash for entertainment because the shows are right there. You don't have to worry about, renting towels because the pool, everything is included on your ship. So everything, from entertainment to dining is included, and you can't forget about those character interactions, which are just priceless.
Yes, absolutely.
Charlene, I'll tell you a funny story. When we were on the ship and I was traveling it was a girls' trip, so I had 2 friends with me. We couldn't decide on our dessert. So and they had 6 desserts on the menu. We had 6
Ooh.
desserts on our table.
Good for you, Karen. Good for you. I love it. That's great.
Yeah, you've already paid for
I
it, so
myself
hey.
am.
It's one bite. I hate wasting food, so of course we have to finish it, right? But
Right.
Of course.
realistically, and there was one night even where one of the gals wasn't sure she was going to like it. She was being adventurous and trying new things, and she didn't like it, and they brought her another dish. I mean, I think that if you have a picky family member, and this wasn't somebody who's picky, she just wanted to see if she'd like something
Yeah.
she'd never had before. But if you do have a picky family member, I think that that's really a key point, Charlene, is that you if you don't like something, they're going to bring you something else.
Yeah.
And Karen, you know what? My son also he loves going on vacation. He loves sitting in the hotel rooms. He loves being waited on. So that 24-hour room service, I know he's just going to take full advantage of it, because it makes you feel like you're fancy. But guess what? It's already paid for. So sign me up.
That's right.
Right there with you.
So I agree with everything that you ladies have said. My top three are slightly different, but I mean, obviously there's some overlap. My number three reason would be the COVID protocols that they do have in place. Everyone now keep in mind this is flexible. So what we're saying tonight in terms of the protocols that are in place may not be true a week from now. Like this is a very fluid situation, but as of right now, everyone who is eligible for vaccination is required to be vaccinated. And people who are under the age of 12 are required to take a test within 3 days of their sail date. And then everyone, like Karen mentioned, is tested again at the port, and so that just makes me feel a lot more comfortable getting on a cruise ship. I know that Disney is always clean, but I know that those cleaning protocols are even more, detail oriented and everything is spotless. And so all of that really does make me feel, as someone who is very, health and safety conscious anyway, it definitely makes me feel much more comfortable being on a cruise ship because I know that they have just taken every precaution that they possibly can. My number two reason would actually be the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app and the extra functionality that they have added to it. I love that now you can chat virtually with guest services if you need to. You don't have to go down and talk to them in person. If there's something that you need or information that you need, it is right there at your fingertips with the Disney Cruise Line Navigator app. And they have added even more to that, which I think just is very seamless, and it makes for a much less stressful cruise experience. I also like how they have redone the muster drills to make those a little bit easier on everyone too. That's typically everyone's least favorite part of a cruise, right? And Disney has really kind of made that as painless as possible and definitely as as health and safety conscious as possible. And then my number one reason would actually be the reduced capacity. The ships are just not full right now. And so much like the theme parks were when they initially opened last summer, it was dramatically reduced capacity. That's how the cruise ships are right now. And so I think it was Charlene that said, if you don't like crowds, and you just want to have a little bit more space and not maybe have to wait as long for things, or have competition for seating on the deck or anything like that, the reduced crowds right now are something that you're probably never going to see again. And so just like that was a really great opportunity in the parks at first, I think that you have that same kind of golden opportunity for those reduced crowd levels right now.
That was one of my favorite parts when we went last month, for sure.
Absolutely. So let's turn it over and see if we have had any questions. I don't know that I've seen any questions, but I do see a couple comments that have come through. Hello. Thank you for watching. Oh, hi, Danielle. Thanks for watching. Danielle's one of our awesome MMT agents as well. Well, keep in mind that if you are coming across this video, because this video will live in this group forever, if you are coming across this and it's no longer live and you have a question, it is not too late. You can go ahead and drop your question in the comments at any time. We do monitor these videos even after they're no longer live, so we can come back and answer those questions for you at a later date. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining us tonight for Sundays with MMT. If you would like to get some information on planning a trip from any of the agents that you heard from tonight, our contact information is back at the beginning of the video if you joined us a little late. Keep in mind that it is the same cost to book your Disney cruise through an agent as it is to book it directly on Disney's website. And yet when you book through us, you get someone who's going to give you, personalized attention, who's going to help you keep up with deadlines and changing protocols, and who's just going to be in your corner the whole time, from the time you're planning your cruise to the time that you are ready to step onto the port. So we are here for you every step of the way, and it costs you no extra to book with us. Next week, we are actually going to be live in our Universal Orlando group. We are going to be speaking with some of the authors of our marvelous guide to Universal Orlando. They're going to be telling us all about the updated version of the book, which is an incredible resource if you are planning a trip to Universal Orlando. You can find that on Amazon. You can also find it on Marvelous Mouse Travel's website. It's $15, but there is a wealth of information in that book. So if you have not picked up your copy and you're thinking about a trip to Universal, definitely check that out. So we hope to see you all again next Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for another episode of Sundays with MMT. Bye, everybody.